Hello, welcome back to Age of Empires 2 for another game of CBA. Today I'm playing as the Byzantines, and I'm up against the Goths, the Malians, the Mayans and the Chinese. Not a bad matchup for me. In particular, the Goths are going to be a nice target. They need my coverage. Yeah, I do agree. Particularly with the Goths. I'm going to try and spend this whole game chasing down the Goths. I actually just recorded a video a few minutes ago which I'm not expecting to upload. Send some to player 7 and player 8. Yeah, that's probably true, to be honest. I'm going to have to be quite defensive, which is unusual because normally the melee civ is the one that needs to be defended and the archer civs are the ones that do the defending. In this case it's going to be the opposite. We're going to need to chase the Goths wherever we can. Cause as much trouble as possible. I'm going to let those few get away so that I can do a bit of damage to this gate, which is going to be fairly vulnerable. He's going for an attack on me, but that's fine. I do get a bonus damage against him, so I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, previous game that I played, I was actually playing as the Goths, and every one of the opposing civs was a melee civ, and I spent the entire game being pursued by a Frank player, and it pretty much just spoiled the entire game. The actual video itself was pretty rubbish in the end because one of the opponents disconnected randomly, but it's given me a fairly fresh experience of how annoying it is to be chased down by a specific player for an entire game. It does work though, and that's why I'm going to try and do it. You can see how quickly we've finished off most of those Huskars. A few are going to get away. We'll go and try and chase those down, but we should be able to deal with the vast majority of them. And I could probably also help with these Mayans, as we need to keep an eye out for these blue Huskar attacks, because a few are always going to slip through. I don't want to literally just have my units just waiting outside gates for the whole game. I prefer to be a bit more active than that. But I will need to have just a few cataphracts always available to help out, as yeah, that's not a fight I can help with really. Because if they're going to attack the gate, I can try and get a few easy kills. But I don't want to be fighting the Malians ideally, as we have beaten down most of the resistance there from the Mayan player. So we can start focusing on the blue player once again. So he is actually doing a pretty good job of slipping around me, but I can still attack his gate and just cause him some trouble. Trying to bother him as much as possible is pretty much the only thing I can do. He's not taking the bait, he's not going to try and fight me off, but that's fine. I'm going to open a hole in his gates. And he's potentially going to be vulnerable to attack, although we don't really have any good raising civs here. The Arambai should actually be also pretty decent, just because through sheer power, 17 damage, they should be capable of doing lots of damage even through all that pierce armor, as we can see a few more units coming for an attack on the grey player. We're just going to support, as he's moving to me instead. Doesn't make a difference, I'm ready. Easy kills for me. He definitely knows what he's doing, he's not making this easy for me. As he's actually going, I thought he'd go all the way through there and go for an attack on the castles. Would have done some damage, but he is going to do some damage to the gates. We should still be able to finish him off pretty quickly with our damage bonus. And yeah, we are up to the castle age, that's good. Let's get ourselves a bit more defense. And we should really think about getting villagers too, I think. So let's do that at Blue's base. Then we can also keep an eye on him at the same time. I can see a few Huskars quite near to the green base. It's going to be worth trying to take out. But there's a big force there, so we'll have to wait for the elephant archers to arrive. And I'm not going to be able to do too much there. All this looks really bad actually. Gonna have to go straight in and help with that, I think.
Yes.
Only a few units, but they did manage to do a hell of a lot of damage to that castle. It's only got about a quarter of its health left. I'm not sure if it was full before I arrived, but you can see the damage done. A pretty short space of time, and there are just so many units here that I don't really want to be engaging with that at all. They've got quite a nasty mass built up. I'm worried that they're going to go for that again. They probably will. But I need to avoid that big mass of units. I don't really want to be fighting the units too much. I do want to be prioritizing raises, but one thing the Byzantines can do is they can fight just about anything, as it looks like he's going to go for another attack. Raise the gate. I presume he means that gate, which is now walled off. It's quite unfortunate, as this is a good fight for me, so I'll take that. Looks like I've taken out most of the Huskars here too. Not sure where the rest are going. Not really sure what this guy's game plan is. Sometimes moves away, but then doesn't really go anywhere. Anyway, the player there has gone into blue space. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to accomplish, but there are quite a few Huskars there for me to get some nice, easy kills against. There's something alarming him here. Okay, I think that's fine. I'm gonna keep focusing on getting raises. This gate should go down pretty quickly. Should be able to surround it from all sides. It's only a stone gate. Elsewhere, it looks like grey is relatively safe for now. Unfortunately, didn't quite manage to grab that raise on the green gate. I'm not sure how many raises the Indians needs, but I think it might just be the one, so that is quite unfortunate. And we can see some more Huskars on the move, so once again, we're just going to have to try and chase those down and disrupt them as much as possible. So we can see them there, so let's just follow them along in aggressive stance. Build a nice safe wall here. So it looks like he's attempting to turn back. I'm kind of expecting to see a green villager repairing this wall, this gate at least. Which might need to be sniped, but I can't really do it. It's going to need to be the Indian player. Because yeah, they are repairing it. So as Byzantines, I think we mostly want to be going into paladins, maybe camels, but I'll still go with 4 archery ranges at the back. Never recommend going all into one unit type in CBA. Usually you want at least 2. So we'll go with just 4 archery ranges, and then we'll go fully into stables after that. Not sure if we get bloodlines, but I see there's another attempted raid from blue there. Go chase them down, as there are actually also a large number headed into Grey's base. Hopefully he can block that off. He has got villagers now, so he just needs to survive this wave. As he's actually pulling back, which is good. He's going to go get himself a raise there. And I think that's fine. Let's try and get some kills in his base. First archery range has gone up. As it looks like I don't get bloodlines, so not massively urgent to get myself a stable here. But I do need to put up a gate because this guy's about to break through. Okay, dealt with those easily enough, and we are in the Imperial Age. Let's get ourselves a few techs. Cataphracts trample damage is going to be nice. Conscription, always very important. Arbalests. Not sure actually, I guess heavy cavalry archers, if we can get those, would be nice as well. Have a quick look. Yeah, we can get heavy cavalry archers. But no bloodlines, so potentially not that worthwhile. Plus we don't get Parthian tactics. Looks like someone might be dropping here. Or just lag I suppose. The purple's going for raises, he's got himself villagers too. So all of us now have villagers, we're in it for the long haul, and I think we're going to be okay. I can't get out to help out my gate right now because I'm still building my own other gate. I'm not sure what happened to my second villager. She got sniped or something. I might have accidentally sent her out and she got killed. No, she's still there. She just stopped building for some reason. Okay. Get working on that. Definitely want to get some stables up as soon as possible. Can we prevent the raise? Just about we can. That's good. Let's go and harass him. Try and stop him from getting any more. As if the mine player wants to take the raise, I think that's fine. He's already got villagers. All he's really doing is denying his allies the chance to get villagers. As yeah, red doesn't have villagers yet. Well, he does. Definitely does. So unless they've died... They don't seem to be garrisoned in a building. Ah, they're there actually. Okay, interesting. There is potential for that to be sniped by the purple player. Don't think I can do too much. Let's just get a fully upgraded archery range so that we have it when we need it. And let's start laying out some stables. And after this we should be pretty much fine. There's another wave of Huskarls to deal with, unfortunately. This time they probably will get the raise. It's a very weak gate. 100 health left. Yeah, he's definitely got it. That's unfortunate, but we might be able to snipe any villagers he does have, as there they are. There's actually a green villager in there too. I do have a few units here. I'm going to try and catch that thing out. They'll probably see it coming and rescue it, especially with this lag, giving them a nice moment of reprieve to rescue that thing. And the sound of Gebetos dying, forever a reminder of losing your own villagers. Of course it's not villagers, it's just that that's the only other female unit in the game. We're gonna have to actually rebuild this wall before we can accomplish much of anything, and go fairly defensive until that's done. Yep, gonna need to move those, that's fair enough. Didn't manage to get the snipe on the green villager, unfortunately. As I'm not sure if there's been a snipe, no. Potentially got the male villager, but not the female villager. There are a few Huskarls there to finish off pretty quickly, if we can get there before they can finish off the knights. Not the knights, the Britons. Now let's go into building stables all along. Just crank out as many paladins as possible. Green villager doesn't seem to be there anymore. I'm not sure what's happened to that thing. I'm gonna try and snipe these. Can't see exactly what he's trying to do. Just depends if he's paying attention or not, which yeah, he's going straight back to rescue that thing. It's fine. It's only palisade walls. Should be able to break through that if we need to. Let's get husbandry, let's get cavalier, and let's get heavy camel. As we're ready to go now, I think heavy cavalry archer is going to be the best option of the bunch there. Yeah, Blue's not been able to do too much with his villagers just yet. He actually can't build gates, I don't think. Might be able to build palisade gates, but those aren't going to help him too much. So we're nearly ready to get going with paladins. We'll get the upgrade. Oh crap, I see what's going on. Easy raise for the green player there, but that's fine. He's already got villagers. I don't think that's going to actually help him out too much. As long as my own villagers are safe, which they're not because they've taken the worst possible route. I mean, I guess that was, in hindsight, the only route they could have taken, but that's not good. I've managed to keep them alive though. I don't think the green player was paying too much attention at that particular moment. So they live another day. Keeps done, just get arrow slits now, and then we're done with the university upgrades. We'll get back to building up. At this point we've got a good mass of cavalry archers, so it's not going to be quite so easy for them to come in and harass us like that again, as we can see that both of the red villages are still alive. And they're too far away to snipe as well. Send my paladins after the Huskars. So yeah, good point. Villagers under attack. Let's rescue those. Okay, so many cavalry archers, I'm now also kind of vulnerable to these Huskars, but I'm hoping that soon we're going to have a good mass of paladins just to chase those down wherever we see them. And hopefully stop them from setting up too many barracks. So he's got one barracks, one archery range so far, that's not too bad, we can deal with that. I'm going to try and snipe this green villager. Although we have established that he does have quite a few of those, let's also send the villagers back to finish off the stables. Almost caught that thing out, but not quite. That's fine. There's another one here. Let's see if we can get that. No, it's gone as well. Okay, fine. We'll just pull back in that case. Not actually lost too many of those. And let's get these stables up. Where are my paladins? I think most of them have died off, but that's fine. Still got a few just to deal with these, and hopefully I won't be the only one producing melee units. Yeah, it looks like Britons is going to be building Cavaliers, which is a fairly good choice. Obviously, as the Britons on CBA, you do want to be building mostly Arbalests, but 3 or 4 stables is still actually a good thing to have, pretty much always. Even if you can't upgrade to Paladin, it still applies. So this makes me very suspicious. I think green is... yeah, you can tell from when someone goes in that spread stance. Usually means they're very much on the defensive, and I'm going to try and chase down this villager. Might not get there in time. Gonna have to delete his wall. I suspect I won't be able to do enough damage, as yeah, he's got in somehow. Okay, never mind. Bit of a waste of cavalry archers, but still worth trying to snipe villagers whenever you can. And let's go after any remaining Huskars if we can find any. Looks like we can't, but yellow is very much in full capacity now. That's something to be a little bit worried about. But so are we. We can start thinking about expanding outside of the base. Could probably risk one villager for that. Just as a start. Still a few Huskars here, that's fine. Send up the Paladins. As we need more stable production, definitely, I think we can start risking this villager to make one stable outside the base. Not sure what the problem is with building a wall. They're pretty useful. He's going to build outside. I mean, I've given him lots of space, but... okay. Fair enough. He seems confident, so we'll leave him to it. This takes absolutely ages to delete a wall, though. My villager is still alive, which is good. It's starting to be pushed back on that side. So just a general tip, you don't want to be producing a load of watchtowers and things like that until you're up to, reliably up to about 200 pop. It's lower priority, definitely. I'll see if he listens. In many ways, I'm kind of past the point where I'm nagging people about how to play CBA. Like, I'll tell the people watching my videos what to do, but a lot of the time your teammates won't really listen. He definitely needs to be making units. He is making a few, obviously, but like, you need to be absolutely cranking them out. I'm not sure where my other villager actually went. He's still building. Okay, that's fine. Still want mostly paladins. So he's going into halberdiers, that's interesting. I can see that he's trying to build up his stables. And he's been fairly attentive in the past, so I'm probably not actually going to be able to stop him from rescuing his villagers here, but I will at least attempt to snipe them, because it's going to be very important that we stop this guy being able to crank out too many halberdiers. Parthian tactics would be very nice here, but we don't have it, unfortunately. He's attempting to rescue the villager. Looks like he's got it trapped, but sadly my units are not cooperating, and most of them are going to get killed off by the halberdiers just trying to get through there, as it looks like he has managed to rescue his villager, unfortunately. Not too sure what to do about that one. Still got 145k gold left, so I don't want to start producing champions or anything like that if I can avoid it. And cannoneers might be a good option. Okay, it's not an ideal fight for me there. We don't need to worry about resource efficiency in CBA, 99% of the time. Should still be a winnable fight. Green is attempting a few snipes there, but that's fine. You can see that blue is attempting to build up once again. Green going for a quick wall. Let's try and snipe that villager. Surely he can't stop us this time. He's got quite a few villagers. He knows that we're coming. As the lag is just causing the cavalry archers to just not move, which is very frustrating. They're just not... I don't know what's going on there. That's ridiculous. Pathfinding in this game is really terrible. They might have been on patrol mode, but even so, that's just really poor, actually. Okay. Just keep the units coming. Snipe's not going to work. We really want to stop him getting all these barracks up. Don't want resources to become an issue here. I think we did lose the male villager. As, unfortunately, I've got no faith that we can get through to stop that green villager getting the wall up, which is very unfortunate. But I think we have got these two players pinned back, so it's just going to be up to our allies to actually push back against the yellow player there. And we should be okay. Problem is, the longer this goes on, the more the blue player is going to start getting momentum. So you need to be careful. As, to my surprise, actually, I've just realised, I probably should have realised a while ago, but the Mayan player is actually stuck in the fuel age, so that explains a slight lack of progress there. Also explains why he's focusing on sniping and protecting his villages instead of producing units and things like that. That's fair enough. Let's get some of these hand cannoneers up. Get a bit of bonus damage against those Goths. And yeah, he's rescued his villager once again. Starting to make progress against the plumed archers. Just want to try and stop him from getting to Castle Age if possible. I think it's going to be safe to bring the villager out again now. Once the green player makes it to Castle Age, we're going to be in trouble. The halberdier production, obviously, of the blue player is absolutely crazy at this point. Pretty difficult to do anything about that, other than just keep massing hand cannoneers. They should be forming up behind the paladins, so it shouldn't matter too much that we only have the 4 archery rangers producing them. We should still be massing them up as long as we keep the paladin production high enough. But this villager looks like it's being disrupted, but seems to be fine. They're still not quite managing to push back against the yellow player, but it looks like they're very slowly making progress, which is good. The problem is, as soon as this green player makes it through to the Castle Age, we're in a lot of trouble. He's up to 200 kills. Not sure how many he actually needs. This was the mines. The green player needs 300 kills. And he's just got there, so that's really bad actually. That's actually pretty terrible. So he's now going to be significantly stronger, and I'm probably going to start losing ground. Even with as much production as I've got, it's not going to be enough to hold back 2 of these players. So these units keep getting stuck, which is rather annoying. As yeah, this is potentially the kind of point where I'd maybe think about making keeps. We have managed to push the blue player back, which is good, but we're going to start seeing probably not too many spearmen. He's actually, yeah, he's going fairly heavily into anti-cav units, which is interesting. But I don't think he'll keep doing that for long. think this might be a version where we can make houses work too. And that'll be big if we can. Have a go. Having to concentrate pretty hard here. So yeah, he's going into skirmishes now, which is pretty bad. I'm gonna have to probably focus my hand cannoneers on the Goth player while attempting to focus my paladins on the Mayan player, but he is still producing pikemen, but again, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. As yeah, we can go up to above the 200 pop limit, so that is going to be a bit of a priority, I think. Because at the very least, the blue player shouldn't have too much space to be building houses. That's one small advantage we do have, so we can keep going beyond our current constraints. We want more houses first and foremost before we go too heavily into rams. Just keep these units moving. Yellow player's called GG, that's interesting. We've got actually a siege tower there, not sure what's going on with that. But it looks like they have broken the stalemate on the other side, which is good. Kind of important because the green player was just about getting up and running and would have caused some real problems there. Blue player likewise was only getting stronger, so that was quite an important break right when we needed it. So that's good. Looks like he's going to hang on. No, he's GG as well, so I assume he's going to duck out any moment. I know that was slightly intense. So, couldn't always focus on the commentating too much, but yeah, we've won the game now, I think. There we go. Yes. That was a pretty game, actually. Pretty good game, actually. Pretty tough. Pretty intense, but got the job done, as usual. CBA. An annoying thing that does kind of bother you after a while is all these units getting jammed up, but you get used to it. There are the match stats. Managed to get the most kills, which is cool. Always very happy with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.